Hello, ineffable being. How are you? I want to start off by sharing with you that you're a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is the biggest lie in the world. The biggest lie in the world. What do you think it is? After watching 123, I believe it is, topics, what do you think is the biggest lie in the world? Put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And let me tell you, let me get right into it because I love this topic. What is the biggest lie in the world? The biggest lie in the world is we don't have to do anything to receive everything. Excuse me. The biggest lie in the world is I have to, how do I put this? Doing nothing, I will receive everything. The biggest lie in the world is doing nothing, I will receive everything. So what are we talking about here? Why is this so fundamental? Why is this a reality? Well, we can look at it physically, and we easily accept this physically. This doesn't even we don't even question it or doubt it when we think about physicality, right? Well, yeah, like I can't drive a car without moving and pushing the gas pedal and so forth. I can't build a house or paint a painting without physically doing something. So again, what is the biggest lie in the world? And I want you now that you know to put it down in the comments. The biggest lie in the world is if I do nothing, I will receive everything. But we know this topic, we know this channel isn't on the surface. This channel isn't about my physical body or the car that I drive. No, we're talking about what's inside. This channel is about what is inside. So let's take that, internalize it, and think about our life right now. And I'll share with you the process of the human. So you're grown, excuse me, you're born and you live your life. You think you know everything, right? You know everything in essence. And then comes a day that changes your life forever. I like to call it your first awakening. The first awakening is when the brain presents the fact that you can be conscious. And then we're in this limbo. We're in to be or to not be. We are in the best way to think is to not think. And we're stuck in this paradigm. I call it a paradigm. And I call this paradigm to not think is to best think. So the biggest lie in the world is I will do nothing and receive everything. Excuse me. I used to think that. I used to think my fullest potential, me living my fullest potential means I don't have to do anything with my interior. I used to think to manifest, to build the life of my dreams, I have to only use my body. I thought the only way to influence my life in the best way was through my body. But now I think about it, and now if we can critically think about this, because it's a paradigm and it's something that's very real and a lot of us live by it. And if we do, there's nothing wrong with us because there was no one to be like, hey, to point the following question. So you're saying that billionaires or very successful people never use their conscious imagination or never consciously think or never use the greatest instrument to humankind, which is the heart? I thought that. Well, I never made that connection, right? Had I made that connection 5 years ago, then maybe I would have saved my job, my relationships, romantic and friendships, my family, my personal health and wealth, because I lost all my physical things. I ended up 100,000 miles away, living through that paradigm, because I believed I have to do nothing with my interior, but I will receive everything. It's very seductive. It's very seductive. And it's okay. I mean, look, I accept it. Like, I preached it. And you know what? My dream house, my dream house is came from that paradigm. I'm still going to manifest the house that I designed under that paradigm. Why? Well, just to show myself that, we're an amazing person and we can accomplish big things. And quite frankly, moving forward, the question now is, what are we gonna do? Like, the only thing the human being wants is to create pleasantness within and pleasantness without. Well, knowing the biggest lie in the planet, the question then is, oh my God, so what do I do now? Like, how am I going to live? Well, what do you want? Let's look at science. Science reveals that my thoughts and my emotions create the outcome, create my future. So I believe every human being, if given the question, what do you want in your life? And the option A is create pleasantness within and pleasantness outside. And I'm not even going to put a question B because that's what we all want. And if it's not, then that's okay. Please share with me, what is it you want? But let's remember, like Sadhguru says, when I say you have a joyful life, that means your health, your wealth, the animals, that means everything's taken care of. That's the problem. Whenever we say, like, oh, like we talk about happiness. If you're happy, your money, your health, your family, the animals you love, the planet is good. But again, whenever I talk about happiness, people are like, well, there's animals dying. Well, if you're happy, then those animals are already taken care of. But let's remember, it takes a village to change. So if we have some people living consciously, but 90% of the planet believing they have to do nothing, well, I mean, we're geniuses, right? We know that 90% is a lot heavier than 10%. And, well, that's the reason why we get these responses from people when we talk about what do you want in life? The answer is pleasantness within and pleasantness outside. So, having accepted this, what instruments do we have at our disposal? How can we create pleasantness? Well, we can be conscious. We can use the brain, the heart, to create an elevated emotion. If we don't like the reality that I'm in, if I don't like my job, if I don't like something, then I'm going to change because I know I have the power. It's not just about the non-physical. It's not just about carrying an elevated emotion. Because if you're carrying an elevated emotion, then what are you going to do with yourself? What are you going to do with this body? Are you going to do things that are going to get you and create more of this? Are you going to be an a-hole externally? Are you going to treat people poorly? Are you going to share with other people how to create pleasantness? If you're not waking up to a vision of the future, then you're repeating the past. If you believe your thoughts are connected to your destiny and you wake up and you're not sending conscious signals, and for the most part, there's not that many billionaires, and I give that example because I think only a billionaire can go to another city every single day. And to further my point, if you believe your thoughts are connected to your destiny and you're not sending conscious signals and you don't have the ability to go to a different city or do 100% something different every day, that means 99% of your day is the exact same. I don't care if you're conscious or not. What I do care about is your suffering affects everybody else's suffering. Why are you suffering? You're suffering because you're not receiving, because you feel like you don't have pleasantness within and you don't have pleasantness without. Well, to answer that, it's to be conscious. Why? Because again, 99% of your thoughts and what you're going to do are the same. The only way to change that is to be conscious. It's not it's not it's not rocket science. It's factual. It's literal. The reason I am so transparent is because life isn't like rocket science. Life is so easy. Every interaction we have with our external environment creates a neural network. If I'm seeing the same people, I wake up the same side of bed, I brush my teeth, I go downstairs, I put my clothes on, I go to work, I drove there the same way, I go to work, I talk to the same people, they push the same emotional buttons, I'm not sending conscious signals, I get out of work, I go home, and I do this day after day. Nothing in my life changes day to day. So you're suffering your life. You're suffering your reality, internally and externally. Your suffering affects your neighbors, affects someone 100,000 miles away. The reason for this channel is so we can accept this and to change your reality. It's true. You start becoming conscious. It's not like you can wake up and do 100% different things tomorrow. No. But what you can do and what you can begin to do is consciously send signals out. Why? To attract, to manifest $1 billion? No. No. Life isn't like that. What you do is you create pleasantness within. You create how you want to feel. Because quantum physics, neuroscience, epigenetics shows that creating an elevated emotion right now is changing my future. It's not only changing your genetic code, your telemeters are lengthening. If you lengthen your telemeters, which this is done to check your biological age, it's the shoestrings at the end of DNA. If you grow your telemeters by cultivating an elevated emotion, you have just lengthened your life by 10%. If you grow your telemeters 10%, you've got 10% of your life back. So if you're consciously making these changes, what does this translate to? This translates into your immune system better. Once you feel better, your thoughts are better. Once your body feels good and your brain feels good because it's giving you positive, um, electrical signals that we call thought, then your actions are going to change. Once your actions change and you're still cultivating this pleasantness within, your reality starts to change. And you're no longer suffering. You're no longer a victim. You're no longer saying, I am this way because of what happened to me whenever I was 5 years old. No, you know you're a creator. You know that my thoughts and my actions change the outcome, change my future. So now you're a creator. So now you're going to move in direction of how you're feeling. And if your feeling is good, then your actions are going to represent that. And now you're no longer affecting the collective. Now we can probably think about racism. Now we can probably think about slavery in terms of money, taxes, and so forth and so forth. I hope this video has been motivating. I hope it has inspired you to accept who you are as a human being and motivated you to bring pleasantness within, to accept that you are a genius, that you are a star, that you are everything that you know you are, and that you've decided to grow from inspiration and joy and to become the ineffable being that I know you are. Please put down in the comments topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. And also share this video with your loved ones, with your family, friends, and social media. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.